Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, the definition of game.
What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. Shout out to Locario. Shout out to all the supporters. Shout out to everybody on that bad boy membership. Shout out to everybody that checked out the Game Kings documentary. If you want to check out the Game Kings documentary, go to www.MrLocario.com, or you can get on the bad boy membership and you can watch it there for free. Also, remember, we have the Bad Boy membership contest still ongoing. We will announce February's winner at the end of the month, and we will also have another contestant announcement for another winner announcement for March. Because it's every month, and you win Cologne, you win a timepiece, and you win a $100 gift certificate. So we're trying to provide value and say thank you to our supporters. And like I said, once you get on the Bad Boy membership and you start applying what you learn, you will have more dates. You will be talking to more women, right? So we want you to look good, smell good, and feel good. All right. So today what I want to talk about is just want to remind guys that we have to qualify. We have to qualify. Being a man is a privilege, and we have to qualify. And what I want to talk about specifically is to remember that as a man, even though we've built and put together the modern conveniences that women take for granted, which allows them to even think up things like feminism and all of that stuff. We've made women very comfortable, right? We've made women very comfortable in today's world. It's, especially the first world women, which is the women of the Western societies, and some of the other societies where technology is there. You got the internet, we have indoor plumbing and infrastructure, we got bridges and roads, and life is so good. Life is very good, and we've done that. We've done that for women. You understand? We've made life easy for them. You understand? And we've made life very easy for ourselves as well as men. You understand? We've made life easy for, that's why they call it civilization. We've made life easy for all of us. But what I want to remind guys is that manhood needs to be maintained no matter what's going on. And what I mean by that is, I think every man needs to maintain a certain qualification of masculinity, maintain a certain qualification of manhood, maintain a certain qualification of being able to navigate a savage world, a world without all the conveniences that we have provided for society. You understand? What I'm really trying to say is we can't get too comfortable. We just can't get too comfortable, because we have to remember that we've created a lot of these technological advances for women. The inspiration for all of this technology, for all of these modern conveniences, the inspiration for that is females. Let's be honest. A lot of the things that we now know today and we depend on, the internet, the social media, like I said, infrastructure, roads, all this online, shopping and stuff like that. All of the deliveries and digital products and everything that we know today, most of that has been inspired by females. And it's a part of the, the beauty of what a woman does for a man, meaning that a woman inspires a man to do better and to innovate and to create. You understand? But what I think men need to remember is that we have built all of these conveniences for our women and our families, for our women and our children. But us as men, we can't forget the time before, right? We can't forget life without all these modern conveniences. Reason why I say that is because that's where a man's strength is most appreciated. You get what I'm saying? That's where a man's strength is utilized. Like seriously, the uncivilized world, right, was the reason for masculinity. It was the reason for a man being the leader. You understand? And what I'm saying is that we can't forget about that. Because I think if we forget about it altogether and we totally subscribe to the conveniences that we've created, we run the risk of becoming just as weak as the women and the children that we've provided all these conveniences for, right? And that's just how I feel. So what do I mean by that? How does what I'm talking about look? Okay, so what I feel that every man should have at least one skill or just one thing that it may not be popular, it may not be very much utilized today because of the conveniences, but we should still know it, right? I feel like a man should know how to start a fire in the wilderness. That's one good thing, right? I feel like a man should know how to build a tent or build some type of shelter or know how to use natural materials to build shelter. I feel like a man should know how to fight. You understand? Like whenever I don't go to average gyms. I don't go to a regular gym. I go to boxing and MMA gyms. You understand? Like previous gym I was at, it was a Muay Thai and boxing gym. So the classes was boxing, and then after class or before class I would spar. You understand? And I just feel like I really welcome those chances to really get back to the savage, the savage nature of what it means to be a man, like the competition of it, the brutality of it, the adrenaline rush, that natural feeling of, yo, this dude is trying to beat my ass and I have to defend myself and try to beat his ass back. I got to get him up off of me. I got to jab. I got to punch. I got to, I got to control my breathing. I have to have these processes going on in my brain to keep me sharp, because if all of these conveniences went to shit, and I'm over here trying to protect my family and hold on to food and hold on to my money and hold on to my valuables so I can trade other people for goods and services so I could, protect my family, another man might come and try to take that from me. The main reason why the other man is not coming to try to take that from me is because we got laws in place, we got infrastructure. It's actually easier for him to go out there and get it than it would be to come and attack me and try to take it from me. And we've built that today, and that's good. I'm not saying it's not good, but I feel like there are things that men need to hold on to maintain the culture of masculinity. Because if we forget, then we begin to downplay the importance of masculinity. And then we start to say things like, oh yeah, I want to raise my son to be a feminist, and I want my child to understand that there's more to life than being, a masculine man. And there is more to life than that, but we can't forget it either. And it's very important, because everything that we've built, anything that has been built can be unbuilt. You understand? And then if it can be unbuilt, if it can be destroyed, that means we have to get back to nature. That means we have to get back to what made us men in the first place. You understand? And so what I'm saying is we have to maintain the integrity of that reality. We have to maintain the integrity of the possibility that can happen. You understand? I probably sound like one of those conspiracy theorists, Alex Jones types dudes that's always trying to sell you an end of the world kit, with the blanket and the road flares and the gasoline and the generators and all that stuff, and the solar powered battery and this and that. Like, but it's not as far fetched as you think. But that's not even a point. That's not even a point, really. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here trying to promote the end of the world or say anything might happen next week, or I don't care about that. What I care about is maintaining a culture of masculinity, maintaining a culture of a respect for nature. You understand? So that's why I said, like, being able to build build things out of natural, natural materials, being able to start a fire, being able to cook, right? Because you got to know how to, like, what those videos on YouTube every once in a while where you see the guy with that big funny looking knife, and he's like, he builds a fire and then he like cooks a steak and some salad or whatever. He even cooks bread or whatever it is, but he cooks a whole meal right by the river. You understand? I love those videos. You understand? Or those other videos where there's a guy in some village out in, somewhere in Eastern Asian island or something, and he's actually like building bricks out of clay, and he let them dry in the sun, and then he builds a little hut. You know what I'm saying? Or he builds himself a swimming pool. You understand? Men, I just feel like men need to always be in touch with the savage part of nature, man. That, I think, that allows us to be in touch with our masculinity. And once we're in touch with our masculinity, therefore we can be in touch with our power. And if we're in touch with our power, then we're always in touch with our value. You understand? Because I feel like a big reason why a lot of guys today can't fathom or can't find them, they can't find their way to their value, is because we've subscribed so much to the conveniences and the technologies of today, of the modern day. You understand? So we got a lot of people running around talking about, oh, men and women are equal. The only reason why it seems like men and women are equal is because we've leveled the playing field with all of this technology and convenience. That's the only reason. So, and shout out to Kevin Samuels, right? Because he said this the other day. He said, only first world women can be feminist. First world women. That means women in a place where life is so good that they can actually begin to believe that they're equal to men. Why? Because when you go to the gym, or when you go to the CrossFit gym class, boot camp, there are even number of men and women can lift the barbell over their head, and sometimes they can lift the same weight and they can squat the same amount and all. Oh, so all of a sudden men and women are equal? No. That's another example of the conveniences of society and what we've built, what men have built. You get what I'm saying? But again, like I said, we need to stay in touch with, the natural aspect of man, you understand, of masculinity. Like I said, you just go through it again. I think you should try to develop one skill, at least one. Like I said, you could box or fight. You know what I'm saying? You could know how to build things from natural materials, know how to start a fire, you understand, know how to navigate in the wilderness, go camping every once in a while, like just certain things that allow you to have a certain level of respect for nature and what's natural, because that's where I believe that if we take away all of this nonsense, that's where we can get in touch with our power. And I think that's where it's easier for a man to realize, oh, I am stronger. I am more powerful. I am valuable to the survival of men and children. I am valuable to the survival of women and children. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of guys, they just simply forget, because they're looking around and they're getting used to the comfort, to the convenience of modern technology and modern convenience. They're getting used to it, and they're like, well, maybe I am equal to a female. Maybe we can all compete in the same sporting events. You know what I'm saying? Maybe all this I don't even want to get into that, right? But it's more things that we could get into that I'm not going to get into, because I ain't trying to offend nobody and get my, video flagged and all that nonsense, because we know we got them people out there. But anyway, again, I think men need to maintain something that brings them, or something that keeps them in touch with the natural, with the natural order of, what makes masculinity important. You understand? You know, people always wonder, why do people go camping? People go camping is because sometimes you gotta remember that all this technological convenience is just that. It's a convenience. It's not necessarily real life. You understand? And I know I probably sound like a hypocrite because I'm standing here using the internet to get this message out. But what I'm saying is, remember that the internet is a convenience. It's a convenience, which means that even though we do everything in our power to make it reliable, we still should always remember that at any point things could go to shit. And the internet is not like the sun. The sun is gonna come up. You understand? Usually, if you feel me, we can rely on the sun because that's natural. That's been happening for millions and billions of years. If you compare the life of the internet to the life of Earth and life itself, you know, the time that humans have been here, it's just a drop in the bucket. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, man, like, we need to maintain some type of connection to the savagery, you know, to the natural aspect of things. And I think that will allow men to really understand a little bit more about what makes them important. And when you understand what makes you important, that's when you can understand who you are, understand why you won't allow certain people to treat you a certain way. You understand? And you'll carry yourself with a certain level of confidence, and you can, you know, be a little bit more in tune with yourself so you can get what you want out of this life, instead of feeling like you have to be so reactive to everything, because that's what convenience does. Convenience makes life super comfortable. So instead of being proactive, you begin to, you know, kind of lull yourself to sleep. And then when things happen, it's like, why is that happening? Oh my God. And then you become reactive instead of proactive. You understand? When a man is dealing with nature, when a man is stuck out there in the woods and he knows, I'm about to get hungry, he proactively, you know, he knows, he's like, well, I know at some point I got to eat. Some point my woman got to eat. Some point my kids got to eat. So proactively, he goes out there and hunts. He don't wait. You understand? He don't wait necessarily wait for the tree to start growing fruit. He plants the tree, or he plants the crops. He don't necessarily wait for the animals to come to him. He goes out there and hunts and gets it. See what I'm saying? Because we can't rely on these conveniences so much to the point where we forget who we are naturally. You see? And I just feel like, as men, we definitely need to stay in touch with that so we can really remember our value and our importance, and how necessary it is for us to be men, and why manhood is important, and why masculinity is important. You understand? So, like I said, modern conveniences are great, and I enjoyed them myself, but there are certain things that I try to do to keep myself in touch with nature. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I box, I go to MMA gyms and I spar, you know what I'm saying? Even working out, just working out, being able to lift heavy weight, being able to move heavy weight, keeping your body in a certain condition where you could, jog for a certain amount of miles or even walk for a certain amount of miles. You got some people out here, just to go up a flight of stairs, they're winded. You know what I'm saying? And that's horrible. Why? Could they've been sitting down all day in front of a computer. You understand? And that's no good. That's us getting way too comfortable with the conveniences of modern society, and then us becoming soft and weak. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like, when women look at you and feel, a lot of cats look at the whole thing where men can get fat shamed, but women don't get fat shamed. The reason why men it's okay for men to get fat shamed and nobody says anything is because it leads back to the natural order of things. We're the ones that got to go out and get it. If all of these conveniences go to zero tomorrow, we're the ones that got to go out and get it. So when a woman is looking at a fat dude that has trouble walking down the block, she's thinking about the natural, savage order of things. She's like, man, if this world was to go back to primitive savage days, that fat dude wouldn't be able to protect me. I gotta find me a dude with muscles, a dude who's fit, a dude who could jog a couple of miles, because I might need him to jog a couple of miles to go catch that animal and bring it in, so he could bring it back, so I could cook it, so I could feed the kids. You understand? That's what we're all thinking about subconsciously, but again, it's subconscious. Consciously, we're all having a great time with the internet and with DoorDash and being able to order whatever we want, and it comes right to our door. And it's just, everything is so convenient and beautiful. And hey, enjoy it, have a great time, but don't forget, don't be super complacent that you don't know how to start a fire, that you don't know how to chop wood, that you don't know how to, that you don't know how to survive if this shit were to go to hell. You understand? And there's always a possibility that it can go to hell. Always a possibility. So you gotta keep things in mind. Be in touch with who we are naturally. And men are the leaders. We are the protectors. We are the providers. We are the savages that hold shit down so women and children can thrive. You understand? And that's like the simplest, perspective of why we're important. So guys running around out here not knowing their own importance. It's like, well, shit, let's get back to that. Maybe if we get back to that, we'll remember how important and valuable we are. So we don't have these dudes running around thinking, well, why do women do this? And why do chicks do that? And why? Why do chicks hate men? And I ain't worried about none of that. I need to start this fire. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to jab and dodge. You know what I'm saying? I need to be able to protect my own and do what I got to do to survive. You understand? Because at any given time, anything that can be built can be unbuilt. So therefore, we got to know how to survive. We got to at least have one skill. So let's just say we come together as a group of men, be like, all right, you know how to start a fire. I know how to fight. That dude over there, he can run long distances. Other dude over there, he's very strong. You understand? Other dude over there, he know how to build a tent. You feel me? So we could come together and start over from somewhere. You understand? So we can allow these women and children to thrive. Only reason why these women is talking all this mess is because we've made life so good for them. You understand? And it's crazy how that in itself should help remind us of our value. But because we got these young kids growing up in the midst of the conveniences, when these boys become men, they've been so weakened by the conveniences that we've already built that they don't know their value. You understand? Moving forward, and that's no good. All right. So I just want to talk about that real quick. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this video. Appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe if you feel me on it. If you don't, put that in there too. And you can always hashtag the truth is inside you. Hashtag the truth is inside you. So really appreciate it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Post this somewhere if you think the message was dope. Appreciate you. And I hope everybody's having a great day. And always remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.
Click the link below or go straight to MrLocario.com to get the documentary Game Kings, the definition of game.
What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham, and what I want to talk about today is the Bad Boy Membership Contest. All you have to do to be eligible to win the Bad Boy Membership Contest is to be a Bad Boy member. See, what we realize is that when guys join the Bad Boy membership, they make the transition from simp to player very quickly. And we're just trying to make that transition just a little bit easier. So here's what you get if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. So here's what you receive if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. A bottle of Bad Boy Cologne by Carolina Herrera, New York. A luxury designer timepiece, and a $100 gift card. To increase your chances of winning, share this post in your story, tag 3 friends, and subscribe to Mr. Locario or the Miles Cunningham YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. And follow Real Mr. Locario and Miles in the Game on Instagram. The winner will be announced at the first of the month. Good luck.